everybody. It's Douglas Block, and here we are back on another Sunday live chat. A beautiful day in Portland, Oregon, 50 degrees, sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and it is now January, what is today, for heaven's sakes? January 13th, the second Sunday of the new year. Swiss Heart from California, Santa Cruz. Dennis Caxton, nice to see you again. Tafar Sheikha, hello, nice to see you guys. Well, what are we going to talk about today? So many things. How are we doing with our New Year's resolutions? Have we set the intention to heal? Have we just made a decision to work on our mental health recovery? That's the number one key to recovering from depression, is setting the intention to heal. JP Doyle, nice to see you. The Collector, why was the broom late to meet her? It overswept. Thank you very much. I wanted to get, I knew that joke, okay? Why was the broom wait? Can we try this again? Why was the broom late for the meeting? It overswept. Overswept. You're funny, London. Feeling Prozac sleepy? Yeah. I didn't sleep last night very well. Have you ever heard from depression from Cushing's disease? I'm sure Cushing's disease is, what is it, the adrenals? I'm not quite sure, but anytime you have a physical illness, it's going to affect your mental health. The body and the mind are connected. I did a whole video called "What Happens to what Physical Illness Does to the Depressed Mind." You should look it up. It's a no-brainer. Speaking of which, I'm going to post a video next Monday on ketamine. Wow, who's the picture on the door? Ramana Maharshi, a great Indian saint. Look at him right here. Have you ever seen such compassion in a human being? A beautiful, beautiful soul, don't you think? All right. Hi from Germany. Hi, Posey Chiao. Well, I'm glad that YouTube is helping you with your mental health. Miss Hazel, your videos helped me a lot when I was depressed. Been doing now for 2 years. Wow, you're doing fine now. That's better than I'm doing. Sarah Duggan says, I'm working on staying at home without my husband while he works his first job in months. It's very scary, but I'm lessening the panic attacks slowly. Today's my 1-year wedding anniversary. Congratulations, Sarah. Happy anniversary. Yes, Swiss Heart says, I use YouTube a lot about mental illness. So, does anyone know very much about ketamine? I was skeptical at first until I started doing the research. And by the way, how is the sound? Is it okay? It's a little low from my end, but maybe it's fine. Would you talk about phobias versus OCD? Well, OCD has to do with intrusive thoughts. Phobia means an irrational fear of something like heights or snakes, so they're different. Am I into non-duality? Yeah, I believe everything comes from the same source, absolutely. Hey, London Murillo. Hi, sounds like a Spanish name. Hello, everyone, Mobius Zero, nice to see you again. Anyway, ketamine. Ketamine is an anesthetic. It's actually an animal tranquilizer. Used during the Vietnam War a lot on wounded soldiers in the field. And it was a club drug. It was called Special K, and now it is being investigated by the National Institute of Mental Health for a valid treatment of depression. In fact, there are ketamine clinics all over the country now, including the famous Menninger Institution. Spooky Ghost, nice to see you. Ivy Rose, nice to see you. Sarah Duncan, nice to see you. So, I'm doing this video coming up on Monday the 21st of January 2019. Can you believe it's 2019? I remember when I was a kid, I was looking at the year 2000, wondering, it seemed light years away. Now it's almost 2020. I'm turning 70 next month. Man, oh man, where did the time go? That's what everybody says. Life is short. That is not a cliche. So, Colin from England. Hey, nice to see you again, Qvadas773. Payne Rose, do you know about EMDR and would you do a video on it? I should. EMDR is a very widely used therapy for trauma. It's been around for at least 30 years, maybe longer. And yeah, a lot of people get benefit from it. Fred Rodnick, hi to you. Dennis Caxton, I thought ketamine was a horse tranquilizer. It is. It is. It's also a cat tranquilizer, but it's also, it's a hallucinogenic too. But for some people, it lifts depression and especially suicidality. That's where it's really being used. If someone's in a suicidal state, they're in danger of killing themselves, you do ketamine and for the next 4 days you feel like life is worth living. It breaks the pattern of suicidal thinking. Am I familiar with SSRI withdrawals? Elizabeth says, yeah, you have to go through them very slowly. You might have to go on a tranquilizer like Valium, but you need to do it under medical supervision. Sometimes people check into addictions clinic. Slow, slow, slow. There's also a very, very good book by a very cool person whose name I'm forgetting called How to Get Off of Psychiatric Medications. Will Hall. I'll even type his name on there. Again, he's the first to tell you that this is no substitute for real psychiatric help, but Will Hall does some beautiful work on getting off medications. Well, before we go too much further, I wanted to call your attention to the Super Chat button. We've been doing very well the last couple of weeks, getting some donations from you folks, helping me pay for these videos. I just got a brand new Macintosh computer to create more YouTube videos on. It wasn't cheap, but it was worth it, but still be nice to get some help in paying for that. Hey, Santana, good to see you. Swiss Heart says, I've been diagnosed with breast cancer this week. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it was an early stage breast cancer. I know lots of people who've been diagnosed and are well now. 70th next year, did I hear that right? That needs a big celebration. Yes, well, I'm hiring a big venue and catering a huge event for my 70th birthday. Hey, any of you in town, just show up, no problem. Okay, Nene, finished oil helped me recover from antidepressants. That's very good. I took a drink of vodka to take my mind off suicidal thoughts. Well, that is a mind-altering drug, is it not? So ketamine helps with suicidal thinking. Sometimes it doesn't last long enough. You have to get infusions every couple of weeks. They're not cheap, but when it's a life and death situation, it's certainly worth it. All right, time for a joke. Let's see what we can find out here. 59 people watching. Kind of typical, and I'm trying to get the joke book correct. So why is this happening? Okay, we're gonna have to put something on the label. That's what we'll do. Okay, why did the vampire get fired? I used to get fired a lot of jobs, and why did the vampire get fired? He was caught drinking on the job. Why didn't the scarecrow eat dinner? Well, I thought he was pretty hungry, but no, he said he was already stuffed. And by the way, why did that same scarecrow later become a successful neurosurgeon? Well, he was outstanding in his field. Don't you love puns? All right. Hello from Hungary. Oh, BRB HEJ, you're a returnee. Beth D, nice to see you. How do you spell that drug? You mean ketamine? Ketamine. You're talking about, if I can spell correctly, Deborah G, oh, where'd you go? These comments are coming really, really quickly. Deborah G, where are you? Gotten a lot from you in Big No No. You're more than welcome, Deborah G. Kate, nice to see you. Ivy Rose, Tastifir, your jokes are cute. You love the puns. Hey, where's David Holden? He usually gets us started off with a nice, generous contribution. Maybe somebody will have to stop up and take his place, step up. There's a live chat there, the button, just click on that, and even a couple of dollars. As a matter of fact, many of you have seen this diagram before, if I can find it, but anybody who makes a donation will get, well, if you make a donation of $5 or more, you'll get a free ebook of my memoir, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. And any donation of any kind, you get a free copy of my book, of my chart called Self-Care Activities to Improve Your Mood. Been using this for 20 years. You can't beat them with a stick. David Holden, speaking of the angel, there he goes. Thank you. 10 pounds. Hey, you're just amazing. David is really a mensch, as we say in Yiddish. By the way, how have you been enjoying the book, Healing from Depression? Has it been helpful? Moby Zero, I've been thinking about some dark thoughts lately. Yeah, well, I don't think you're right about humans being trash. There's a lot of good humans out there, a lot of wonderful people. Suffered on and on for years with depression, fibromyalgia. Kay Tennant, yes, well, I've seen it happen on more than one occasion, and I do have a video that came out last week called Depression and Chronic Pain, Hell on Wheels. You may want to take a look at it. Hey, David, have I sent you that chart yet? If so, I'll email it to you. I'm sure you're in my email folder. Bethy, is it okay to exercise with panic and anxiety attacks? Well, that's one of the great healing modalities for anxiety is to exercise. So yes, it's not only okay, it's actually therapeutic. Does weed reduce anxiety? Says Shafan Zaman. For some people it causes anxiety, for some people it reduces it. One man's meat is another man's poison. I will say this again, one man's meat is another man's poison. The same medication that saves one person curses another. This is a very important tenet in the psychiatric world. Just remember that. So it all depends on who's doing the weed. For the third time I want you to read this. Well, I see it right here. I'm not sure. What do you want me to read? I see what you're saying. I don't see a text. David Holden, yes, the book has been helpful. I'm really yet to get stuck into, but I plan to start tomorrow night or tomorrow. Yeah, well, let me know. My love loves you so much. You're her friend. Well, thank you, Abdad Nassar. Hello, Swiss Heart. Nene. Medication is only a band-aid. You've got even worse problems when you try to go off them. Well, that is true for some people. CBT will not THC. Not quite sure what that means. David, let me see. Tyler, CBD will not, I don't know quite sure. CBD oil, I have a video on it. It's the most popular video. It's called CBD Miracle Cure or Hype. It is a part of the hemp plant that is not psychoactive, but yet it seems to help people with anxiety, pain, and all sorts of things. MA, hi Douglas, new to the chat, just discovered your work. Well, thank you very much. I hope you join us, ask any question you want. Lucina Aline, sad girl, you've got any experience with borderline? Any tips? Yeah, well, that's a tough diagnosis. There's a book called I Hate You, Don't Leave Me. You should read it. It's about borderline personality disorder. I don't have it in my family, but it has definitely been something that I've been, know about. I've actually had somebody come into my group who had that diagnosis. It can be very challenging. All right, I've just lost the chat thread. Give me a window, give me a moment, just 1 second. Maybe this is it right here. Yeah, okay, I'm back again. Sorry about that. Peyton Rose, you done any $10,000? Well worth it. Don't know about getting the ebook. Could you email that to me, please? Absolutely, Peyton. Just send me an email address, and I will get that right to you. Peyton, douglasblog@gmail.com. Go ahead and send me your email, and I'll get you that ebook, a copy of When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. I am familiar with toxic shame. MA, John Bradshaw wrote about it. It's something that's really, really can be very disturbing for many people. Complex PTSD is something that I know about. It's something that you need to be treated by a person who works with trauma. EMDR can be very helpful. Sorry if you already answered. What's the best treatment for social anxiety? Exposure. Go meet in groups, maybe 2 or 3, then 4, then 5. Medication can also help. And NA says CBD helps a lot with my anxiety. Take it, isolate under my tongue every day. That's what I've heard. That's why I did the video. Thank you. You're a bad typer. Well, so am I. Toxic shame, MA. Yes, lots of stuff written about it. Ivy Rose, my BF is bipolar and he smoked weed, but he acts so strange. Well, marijuana can do many strange things to people. What's the name of that book for chronic pain? I didn't say there was a book for chronic pain. I just said chronic pain and depression, Hell on Wheels. That's a video I did. I don't know about a book on chronic pain, but if you go type it in Google, good books on chronic pain, you'll see lots of them. Santa Beretta, why do I feel blocked to do things I know can help me? Well, when people are depressed, they feel a lot of inertia and they can't get up the energy or get up the speed and do those things. This is where you need support. K Tennant, okay, a video we'll watch. Great. Hey, Booby Apothecary, nice to see you again. How can I know what the right thing to do in life is, says Almad Nassar. You just close your eyes, you go in and you get in touch with your guides, with your inner voice. You'll know. Everybody knows what to do within. We all have a connection to that wisdom, that inner wisdom. All right. A joke from the Think Out Loud book. the laugh out loud jokes for kids. Excuse me. All right. Hey, the Oscars are coming up. Knock, knock. Who's there? Oscar. Oscar who? Oscar silly question? You get a silly answer. Boy, that's bad. Would I suggest taking medication for motivation? Yeah, they're called antidepressants. What do you do when you're nonstop lazy? Find something that you really like, something that stimulates your passion. Hey Doug, I've been trying testosterone replacement therapy because the doctors found low testosterone. I feel a bit better, yes. Noah Thomas, my friend, has a channel about TRT. You may want to check it out. But yes, I've had people in my group who've used testosterone cream. It has helped with their mood. Spooky Ghost says, Moby Zero, good people do exist. Don't let toxic environments cheat on you. Yeah, absolutely. Luis Aline said, Sadgar, I've been watching you and Noah for some time now. Really helped me feel less lonely. Thank you. I love Noah too, says was hard. Well, Noah's a soulmate. He lives in Portland. He's 31. I'm 70. He's young enough to be my son. I'm going to call him, hey, son, get over here, son. What do you think you're doing, son? Obey your parents, son. Obey your elders, son. Okay, I don't really call him son. But anyway, why do you think people hate minorities today? Well, I don't know. Not everybody hates minorities. My friends don't, you know. I'm a minority myself, right? You know, a child of the 60s, that's a minority. Why did Thomas Edison invent the light bulb? Well, he had a bright idea. Then there's David Holton, my benefactor. I'm just going to call you DB, David the benefactor. My depression and anxiety have been so bad over the past week. I thought I was making progress, but now I feel like I'm back to square one, struggling to get out of bed and control my anxious thoughts. Wow. Well, you know, David, the best thing you can do when you get out of bed is go hit the elliptical or the stationary bike or take a brisk walk. Get your blood moving, get your blood flowing, and get out of your head. That's what we all need to do when we get up and we're anxious. So I'm sorry. What kind of medications are you on, and what type of treatment are you experiencing right now? All right. So again, ketamine. My next video about a miracle new medication that was used as an animal tranquilizer and is now helping a lot of people. There are ketamine clinics. I had a really nice guy named Stephen Mandel, M-A-N-D-E-L-L. Check him out in the Los Angeles area. He runs ketamine clinics. I think he's a really good guy. Marin W. No, I don't think North Korea can actually do anything to Japan. Yeah, I don't think so either. Vita Mohammed, I just recently got bad grades at school and feel bad. I think depression is the cause. Any advice? Forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself. Tell yourself you did the best you can. The next time you're going to study harder and try to do better. And if depression is, you know, getting in the way of your grades or your performance at school, then get treatment for depression. That's always the thing you need to do. It's me, Bethy. I'm going to start doing this. I have morning anxiety. I just need to get up and walk briskly. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Do that. Do that. Please go out to walk. Howdy, virtuous woman. I forget your name, but aren't you from California? We had an email exchange once. You don't have to tell me your real name, but I'd still like to know it. You should make a video on microdosing magic mushrooms. Nene, that was going to be my next video, actually. Hey, can you write me and give me some information about that? Nene, I'll give you a free chart if you do. Write me at douglasblog@gmail.com. Let me know what information you have about microdosing, because people are starting to do it, and I want to do a video on it, but I have to talk to those who are actually doing it. Peyton Rose says, does anybody else have major health anxiety? Exercise is hard because it takes me back to the feeling of my heart pounding. Health anxiety is really, really tough. It's really hard to treat. Even medication, it's difficult. You just have to keep telling yourself, oh, hell, I'm well. I love that affirmation, don't you? Oh, hell, I'm well. Kyle Smith-Doolittle. Hey, Doug, thanks for a voice from whoops. What's going on here? Experience of making my way out of second episode with ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. You love Rocky Butte. Are you in town? You should come visit or come to one of my support groups. Wow. And you're taking ketamine. Why don't you send me an email? I want to hear from people who it's helping. Jeanette, of course. Now I remember. Thank you. Bethy also has health anxiety. Will do an NA. I'm not quite sure what you said, but anyway, David Holden, 45 milligrams Remeron, no CBD at the moment, just help from my loving wife and you here on YouTube. Well, Remeron is not really the greatest antidepressant. It's not for really severe depression. You may want to try something else. Tea with mint helps me to be active, says Boo Boo Apothecary. Louise, Aline, sad girl, tried almost every antidepressant therapy with no results, but the non-duality practice really helped me. Excellent. Spirituality is very helpful for overcoming depression. Santa Beretta says taking mushrooms has helped me, even microdosing. Wow. Deborah G says I was hospitalized for severe arrhythmias. Many docs have told me I have anxiety. Well, you may want to work with an anxiety doctor or therapist. And again, people who know anything about microdosing or have had experience with ketamine, please write me douglasblock@gmail.com. Well, one more pun from the book. Oh, here's one. We've been talking about CBD oil and mushrooms. Why did the cow return to the marijuana field? Why did the cow return to the marijuana field? Get this. The pot was calling the cattle back. Got it, guys? You know what it's a pun on, right? Why did the cow return to the marijuana field? The pot was calling the cattle back. The takeoff on the pot was calling the kettle black, but that was very clever, don't you think? All right. Shell said I've been depressed for 8 years now. Well, that's tough. There are small improvements you can make. Trust me. Is California poppy good for depression? I have no idea. I've never tried it. Is there any fast way to get out of depression? Yes, exercise can take you out temporarily, but getting out of depression, a major depressive disorder, takes time, but it can happen. I'm glad to know I'm not alone. You're never alone. Deborah, I understand how scary it is to exercise. For some people, you're right. Mobius Zero. Oh, hell, I'm well. Yes, wonderful. Yoga really makes a difference, Louisa. Very good. Chom Choms, the stakes were truly high. Oh, that's very good. Oh, you're clever. You're clever. That's amazing. Good for you. Peyton Rose, especially when you know it will help. Yeah. And Ivy Rose thought the Chom Choms made a really good pun there. All right, we have 65 people watching. It's Saturday. It's the 13th of January. Beautiful day in Portland. Where are some of you guys calling from? Let me know. I know there's a couple of UKers out there. David Holden, Ivy Rose, Santa Barbara, Beretta. What part of the country you're from? Deborah G, Shell Seda, Peyton Rose. I'd like to know where you're calling from. Tyler, Deborah. Let me know. I'm curious. Amar Nasser says, this conversation makes me feel less lonely. That's what it's supposed to do, community. You're from Hungary. Wow, that's impressive. How is it in Hungary? Do they have good mental health services there? I wonder. Canada from Nene, excellent. I'm from the UK, but I live in sunny Florida. Beautiful. Well, you got some sunshine. Yeah, well, David, I think you should speak to the doctor about changing medication. And I was on Remeron. Coming off it wasn't that bad. It's not like the SSRIs, so you may want to talk with them. Abernassi, you're from Lebanon? I mean, the real country of Lebanon? My wife was raised in Lebanon, but that's Lebanon, Oregon. Washington State, you're just up the border, Louisa. Come down to Portland. Buenos Aires, Argentina, New Mexico, we are really having a global community here. Try your cardiology, YouTube for best advice and false heart problems. They saved my life. Wow. Thank you, Dennis Caxton. Great. New York City, Freddie. I shouldn't call you Freddie, but that's where I grew up. Rhode Island, Scotland. Wow. I lived in Scotland for 6 months in 1982. It was life-changing. I went to Finhorn. Arden Lutera says, thank you for your videos, good sir. I'm on my way to recovery. Yes, we all are on our way to recovery. It's a process. Healing from depression is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. Remember that. There is no cure for depression. There is no simple thing to do. But you have to just work your program. What is your program? Yes, Scotland is beautiful, exactly. Has anyone tried ayahuasca? I have friends who have tried it. It's very powerful. Hey, Louisa, come to one of my support groups if you want to. D. May, I lived at the Finhorn Foundation for 6 months. Is it still up? Is it still up and running? It was in 1982. It was a major spiritual place of transformation. Guadalajara, Mexico. Nice to hear from you, Patricia Santiago. How do you know if you're depressed in not just town? Depression usually lasts for at least 2 weeks. Why is not suicide not the right answer? Because it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And I don't have my lozenges. This is not a good thing. Joan? This is what happens when your wife is busy. Whoops. Let me try some water. And yeah, no, suicide is never the right answer, Shulseda. Deborah G, Mexico, formerly Portland. Wow, Deborah. That's a big change. Is a normal anxiety spike around 18, 19? Not necessarily, can it spike at any time, but 18, 19 is when people first get mental health disorders. If you're down every day but not all day, are you depressed? You need to be diagnosed or take my test. Are you depressed? With depression, you usually have a loss of appetite, bad sleep, low mood, feelings of hopelessness, no pleasure, things like that. Just look them up. There's 9 symptoms. How's my cat doing? Bruce is great. Thank you for asking. I should bring him on sometime again. So symptoms, just get diagnosed. That's the best way to do it. BRB, HEJ, hungry, national health insurance here, not enough psychotherapy, but definitely psychiatrist. We have intense complex psychotherapy from 4 to 12 weeks covered by NHS. It's brilliant. Good for that. I'm glad. Aberdeen, wow, it's a great place in Scotland. How can I fall back asleep when I wake up with anxiety? Try breathing deeply and counting backwards from 100 to 1. After 20 minutes, you're not asleep, get up and just do something around the house. The test link, it's a video, okay? You just have to go to this video that I did. So the video is called Are You Depressed? So if you go to that video that I made, you can take a little test, but you cannot diagnose yourself. If you really want to know, you have to go to a mental health professional. This will just give you a hint of whether you might be. It is not a diagnosis. We don't diagnose. We don't treat on this channel. We just educate. That's all we do. Peyton Rose, yeah, you're 20 and your anxiety mental health issues got worse in 19. I started having my first depressive break when I was 18. How can I stop self-sabotaging, Marin W? Find out what the mechanism is and try to stop it or change it. You can use a good psychotherapist to help you. What do you do when toxic parents are driving you insane? Well, I moved 3,000 miles away. What can I tell you? You're in Greenwich, wow. What's your book called? Which book? Healing from Depression? That's the name of my book. By the way, here's a joke for the English. You know, the English people don't do kidney transplants very much, so they don't have kidney banks, but they do have a liver pool. Okay. What do you do when toxic parents make you suicidal all the time? You just have to take space and not be around them as much. Life is a privilege and fears aren't worthy. Thank you. Oh, you live in Liverpool, David. That's great. Do you like my joke? England does not have a kidney bank, but it does have a liver pool. So, I'm full of wisdom. Well, thank you very much. That's what happens when you live. Oh, you like they don't have a kidney bank, but they have a liver pool? I'm glad you do like that. Tried running away from home, but once it was hard and I came back. Well, you know, it's hard to be on your own, especially when you're young and you don't have any really good skills. Any other jokes about England? There's something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember. 2 jokes, and I don't remember the second one. Damn thoughts of suicide? Yeah, no. Just let them go, Mobius Zero. Watch them and let them go, like leaves going down a stream. They're not worth acting on. Just happens, what does doctor do or say when you say you suicide? Well, they tell you to go call the suicide hotline and, you know, and reach out and get some help. And I'll put it right here It's called, it's actually only in America, this one. There must be other ones in other countries. But it's 1-800-273-8255. A suicide hotline. That's what you want to call when you're feeling desperate. Can drama help people with depression and anxiety? Any type of creative outlet? You mean like being in a play? Sure. I don't know why the doctor won't see you at the NHS. You may want to try a different doctor. What was my childhood like? I was raised in a very stable home outside of New York City. I was very depressed and no one knew it. I was too busy getting good grades in school. Hey, Joan, can you bring me one of those Young Living lozenges? I need it. I don't have any here. I don't know what I did with them. Thanks. I'll stop coughing in a minute, guys. Excuse me so much. Thank you very much, Joan. My partner, Joan, I would be toast without her, but I'd really be toast without Bruce. He's outside enjoying the beautiful day, I'm sure. Just to let you know, if anybody wants to become a sustaining member of this channel, just go to www.patreon.com, and for different types of awards, you can start at $2 a month and help us out. All right, let's read some of the other comments. Are the Eagles going to win today? I hope so. I like this guy Foles quite a lot. I think they're the underdogs. Deborah said I was hospitalized in 3rd grade for nerves. I'm 58 now. Anxiety and problems. Just returned last year. Wow. You can get out of it. Nurse Joan. Thank you, Dennis. I don't have money for private. They diagnosed me with dysthymia cheech. Well, guess what? All of the activities on this right here, you can use to help with dysthymia. You don't need drugs for dysthymia. And, you know, give me $1 or $2 in the live chat and I will definitely send you one. The things get better when you get older. It depends on what you're doing. If you're working on yourself and you have a good lifestyle and you're working on your spiritual life, yes, they do get older. Watch Jordan Peter on suicide. Anyone who has these thoughts, thank you. Jordan Peterson is a great guy. Thank you for that, Simsums. Thank you for that recommendation. Music says, creativity and art are good tools for healing depression. Hope your cough gets better. Hi, Joan, and strokes to Bruce. My cough will get better as soon as I start talking a million miles a minute or stop. Anthony Olson, been listening to your videos for nearly a year. It's nice to finally join the stream online. Yay, Anthony! Yay, Anthony! Yay, Anthony! Give Anthony 3 cheers. Life Itself, great movie by Samuel Jackson. I've heard of that movie. Samuel Jackson's a great dude. Welcome, Anthony Olson, says David Holden. Mr. Luigi 1138, I feel that Remazon doesn't work anymore. Been on 22 milligrams for 5 years. That one, great. What can I do? Talk to your doctor. Maybe it's time for a new medication. Wow, you're on Gabamenta and Paxil, says Anthony Olson, but my anxiety and depression is still controlled. What are the medications? Wow, well, you should ask about Klonopin as an anti-anxiety drug for the short term. And Paxil is approved by the FDA for anxiety, so you may want to try another SSRI. There's another, no one ever prescribed this anywhere, but it's an anti-anxiety drug that's not addictive. It's called Buspar. You can talk to your doctor about that. Spooky Day, one day can you do this chat outside? Perhaps it is too hard. Well, during the summer, yeah, that's a great idea. Veronica Foda, do you have any tips for people with chronically ill that also have depression? Yeah, that is really hard. You got to work on both things at the same time, both fronts. work on the chronic illness through good exercise habits and diet and, medications if you need them or herbs or whatever, and work on the depression. And be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. That is a hard thing to deal with. That's not an easy task to deal with depression and a physical illness. So be kind to yourself. Welcome, Anthony, says Spooky Ghost. You feel like your anger will destroy you, Mobius Zero? Well, go to a therapist and do some anger management stuff. Who drew the drawings above the desk? My goddaughter when she was in Waldorf school at the age of 6 and 7. She's now 28 years old. Theanine and lemon bond complex helps you with anxiety and low moods. Theanine is a amino acid that seems to help a lot of people. I've never tried it. How is Prozac? I don't know. I don't take it. Thank you, Dennis Caxton. His cat, Bruce. All right. Thank you, David, for clarifying that. Long walks and physical exercise are very good for anger, says Muslix. Absolutely. I certainly agree with you. Susan Randall, I'm not sure I'm with the right psychologist. What makes you say that? Is it just your intuition? If so, you may want to try somebody else. Anthony, please share the dumb Beethoven joke. I was going to say it, I misplaced it, so go for it. Simsum's diet is so hard to change, especially when food is the only thing I have to look forward to. Yeah. But there are some healthy foods that can be really good for you, like burritos and tacos and, millet and grains and fruit smoothies. There are healthy foods that can taste good. So I want to hear that joke by Anthony. Okay, Salt Lakers. Are there any legal calming herbs or teas that have any kick? Well, valerian tea doesn't have a kick. It's relaxing. Suzanne Lerner says, I was suicide in December and the session was just left with no safety plan or agreement or when I would seek her again. Oh, well, that's not a good idea. If you're suicidal and you see a doctor or a psychologist, you should have a safety plan and a follow-up. If that's not happening, call the person back and get one, or else find somebody else. Booby Apothecary says, riding and swimming helped me deal with my anxiety. That's good. Yes, we are different as humans, and we're very similar. Thank you. Someone was out. Roxana Sharif. I recognize your icon. £5. Thank you. God, you're a sweetheart. Have I sent you my book, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop? Please send me your email address. Yeah, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, if Remeron doesn't work, go ahead and, as I said earlier, go ahead and ask your psychiatrist to recommend something else. Yeah. Hi, Roxana. You just give money, which is wonderful, but you should ask some questions. You should get some, what do you play? Oh, his music for them? They always keep saying Bach, Bach, Bach. And who are they? I didn't get the first part, Anthony. Why do chickens not like Beethoven? Oh. When you play the music, they say Bach, Bach, Bach. What do chickens really say? Is it ba, ba? I thought they said quack, quack. Or that ducks. Talamunchi diazepam, but in a natural form. Exercise, meditation, mindfulness meditation, and valerian tea all seem to help. Also, something called square breathing. Count into 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. That's called square breathing. That helps for anxiety, just like Valium does. I'm a piano player. I don't know why that's funny. Anyway, oh, that's why they Beethoven. But do chickens really say ba, 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 bok, bok, bok? What do they say? I'll have to go ahead and they kind of do say that. You're right. Well, David Holden says a very interesting question. Roxana Sharif, how are you doing, and where do you live? It sounds like Sharif is a name from the Middle East, but you might live anywhere. Muslix is right. Passion flower is good for anxiety, and so is chamomile tea. Go look under calming herbs on the internet. You'll find a lot of them. So, the 3 pillars of mental health recovery: set the intention to heal, reach out for support, and treat your symptoms using a combination of mutually supportive therapies, which is what that flyer is about. BRBHEJ, Sim, you can still eat healthy and eat yummy food. I replace sugar with a retreat. I don't even know what it is. It's totally fantastic. You would never say it's not sugar. Never heard that. Luis Corrales, hello. Tyler, herbs like valerian root can also work like Valium. Luis is such an amazing resource. Thank you for being here. And where do you live, by the way? Roxana Sharif is down from Master. I'm going to go visit England someday. I really like living there. I like pizza and chips and fizzy drinks. Well, you're just going to have to change. Lazy Eye Ranch. Almost missed the chat. Got distracted. For a Sunday. Cobb is good calming herb, but use sparingly. It can affect liver and kidneys. Luis, you're in New Mexico. God bless you. Your comments on this channel are well appreciated. As is everybody's. Everybody here is here today is creating community. Someone said, I feel less lonely. Loneliness can be a killer. I'm going to do a video on loneliness. They find that people who are lonely have more illness and don't live as long as other people. Does that make sense? Oh, absolutely. Human beings need love to survive. It's important as food and air. Come to England. Well, can I crash on your floor? That'd be great. I'm wondering, David Holden, if I should consider switching to something better for anxiety. Do you have a hard time getting off Celexa? Sorry for a personal question. I didn't know that David was on Celexa. Especially to the north. Well, we got a lot of Brits here on here. Raise your hand if you're from Britain. I see about 4 or 5 people. Santa Barreta, you both have Hispanic names and you're both from New Mexico. Excellent. Have a whole grain pizza dough. Make chips in the oven instead of frying it. Well, fizzy drinks, maybe those with no sugar, but stevia. I haven't heard of a retreat, but thank you. Suzanne Randall, nice to see from you. David Holden, thanks for raising your hand. That's really cute. I'm good. I'm just feeling lazy. I think it's the medication. It reduces dopamine. I'm from Manchester, UK. And wow, it's not an industrial town. Sums. I'm going to start meditating in the morning from tomorrow, then go to the gym and change diet. I'm also a psychologist waiting list, which is 2 or 3 months. You're doing a good job taking care of yourself. By the way, what nationality are you and where do you live? Nigel Dallas, Northern Ireland. Wow, so many people from the UK. Have I read something on chlorine and lack of meaning? No, I don't know what chlorine is. Any other Argentinians here? Anything else? Loneliness is killing me. If it weren't for my animals, I'd be completely alone. I filed the release of information on my son yesterday. I don't know what he will do. I feel horrible, but couldn't live this way. Absolutely, you got to take care of yourself. Peyton Rose, why did I ask people to raise their hands? Now I forgot. People are raising their hands, but I forgot what I asked. David Holden, I found it harder to come off of Zoloft than Celexa. I can't remember it being that bad. Fred Rodnick, nothing has worked. Well, there are 2 things you want to try before you give up. Actually, a number of things. But you want to try TMS, which is transcranial magnetic stimulation. And you want to try something called ketamine. In America, there are ketamine clinics. I don't know if there are any others. By the way, we only have 15 minutes left, and the only people who have donated today have been Roxana and David, our normal donators. Let's see if we can find somebody new, like Anthony or Lee. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but Anthony says, animals do help me. I recently got a cat for company, and it helped. Named her Leibniz. Very good. You're into philosophy. Or Leibniz. I'm not quite sure what it's pronounced. Moby Zero says, let me just say this is all a big help for me and everyone here. Isn't ketamine addictive? No, I don't think so. Besides, it's a short-term use. You get it administered intravenously just for, 6 to 7 times. Spell those, please. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to spell. Even when I'm happy, I eat. I'm not that big or anything, though. Well, that's good, Simpsons. Then you probably, as long as you're not eating bad things, you can probably get away from it. The UK seems like a lovely country. Well, Luis, it's got a beautiful countryside and it's got some very cool people. I really like the UK better than America. It was much more low-key, had a lot of really good metaphysical people. I just enjoyed living there so much in 1982, probably before a lot of you were born. Oh, TMS and ketamine, there they are. The pig is doing well. I showed the pig to my group, but he scares me by getting out and going all the way to my neighbor's house over a mile away. He's adorable but stubborn. Well, that's what pigs are. Donate for what? Well, see the dollar sign? Any money that you donate goes to help this channel. That's goes to my Google account, and they pay me once a month, and I use that to pay for the videos. So that's what the donation is for continuing this live chat and keeping these videos going. BRBHEJ talks about moderation. Best way to get rid of these thoughts, I watch your video and followed your steps, and sometimes it gets better, but they seem to keep coming back. Well, you may want to, keep practicing and try CBT like Jay Vink says. Nice to see you again, by the way, Jay Vink. And Linda Stokes, nice to see you. There is a medication you should talk to your doctor about. Again, I'm not treating, I'm just educating. It's called Luvox. It's for rumination, and it has helped a lot of my clients. So check it out. Santa Beretta, $4.99. You're an angel. Send me your email address. I said $5 or more. $4.99 is close enough to $5. I will send you this free ebook, When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop. Okay? Peyton Rose, of course you can donate again next week. You can donate today, tomorrow. You can donate in your sleep. Are you kidding me? This is like public television. This is a not-for-profit organization that helps people and drops books. I'm going to pick up that book and read another joke, if I can make it. Now another book dropped. Well, here we go. Thank you, Santana Beretta. I love the musical group Santana, by the way. What do cows like to eat? Smoothies. Oh, God, that was bad. Jay Vink, at the end of the month, I'm going to buy your book. Yes, get it on Amazon for like $12, $13. David Holden says, Peyton Rose just came off them with your doctor's help and advice. Prepare for you bad side effects. Even the worst side effects are manageable. Oh, dog, I forgot to tell you. I did your New Year's program, and it was amazing. Especially when I burned things I wanted to release. Thank you for sharing this with us. Yes, it's called the Burning Bowl Ceremony. You can look it up on the internet. It's really cool. All right. What do you get when you cross a fish and a kitten? Piranha. Oh, that was really bad. What kind of bull doesn't have horns? A bullfrog. And what do trees eat for breakfast? Oatmeal. These are for 5-year-olds, are they not? Why was the science teacher so angry? Well, he was a mad scientist, of course. Yeah. Why did the angry doctor lose his clients? Because he lost his patients. I'll say that again. Why did the angry doctor lose his clients? He lost his patients. So angry doctors, try to put on your patience, as we say in Montessori. Okay, let's check out what people have been asking. Jay Vink says he or she's going to start light therapy. Budgie says some blue light glasses. What about street restriction therapy? Sleep, I've heard that works. Yeah, you really need to be under someone's, watch if you try doing that. Nigel Dallas, your videos are extremely helpful for my ongoing anxiety battle. Started walking outdoors in the wet, windy weather. Does seem to be helping. Excellent. Where do you live, Scotland or Portland? Suzanne Randall, the book is $25 on Canadian Amazon, but trying to pick it up an extra ship to work so I can buy it. Money is tight, hubby, and university not working. Why don't you get it on Amazon.com? I've seen it being selling for 99 cents used. I hate to say this, but you can pick up a used copy of a book for way under $25. Did I say my life is Lebanese or what? Abdel Nasser, she was raised in Lebanon, but it's Lebanon, Oregon. It's right down the road, I-5 South. There is a town here in the state of Oregon called Lebanon, and that's where she came from. During the Civil War, I was, when she was still living there and we were dating, I wanted to send a package to her, and the post office person said, "Oh my God, isn't that dangerous?" I said, "No, you're thinking of Lebanon in like Beirut. This is Lebanon, Oregon." She'd never heard of it, and she worked in the post office. Anyone tried Rick Simpson oil? It's highly concentrated oil made from cannabis. I traded an old motorcycle for some. Really helps with pain. Only takes a tiny amount. That's very helpful. I have chronic pain. Where'd you get it? Najee from Northern Ireland. Cool. Jay Vink, it makes sense. Less sleep, short time will make it better in the long term. Well, a lot of people with depression have sleep disorders. Jay Vink says, I actually managed to have 80% positive thoughts today. And that gut-wrenching anxiety first in my chest is gone. LOL. Well, keep it up, Jay Vink. It's okay for us, and Canadian dollars is different. Well, I don't know what it is, but you still can get stuff on Amazon for used. Lazy Iran says, that's funny. My dad was born in Palestine, Texas. Wow, that's wild. Yeah, there's Rome, New York, all sorts of strange. There's Paris. There's all sorts of cities, foreign cities in America. I used to know Rick Simpson, my friend James, was his documentary. You see, it's a small world. I have not personally tried street restriction therapy. When I was going to bed every night at 11 a.m. and working at 11 p.m. and waking up at 1 a.m. 2 hours of sleep a night, I had to be hospitalized. That was extreme. That's called insomnia. By the way, we all know what an agnostic is, right? Someone who's not, who is not an atheist, who doesn't deny the existence of God, but thinks it might be possible. Well, did you hear about the agnostic atheist insomnia? No. He was agnostic. He was also an insomniac, and he also had dyslexia, which means you reverse letters. So the agnostic, dyslexic, insomniac, he lay awake all night saying, is there a dog? I just love that joke. Is there a dog? So much for dyslexia. Similar to the burning bowl ceremony, the ancient nation of Israel had a day of atonement where a goat was released in the wilderness. The goat symbolized the nation's sins disappearing into the distance, and that's what we call a scapegoat. Absolutely. Good work, David. Luckily, I don't average 2 hours a night, even ever in my depression. Thank God. You don't want to do that. $25 from Terry W919. Oh my God. Saint, angel, everything combined. I know you've given before. Have we written? Please write me. I want to send you, I'm going to send you 2 ebooks and a diagram. Well, here's the diagram I'm sending you. And just write me Douglas Bloch, D-O-U-G-L-A-S, Bloch, B-L-O-C-H, at gmail.com. Thank you so much. And again, you can always donate by PayPal. Wow, Terry, yeah, that's what I think. No, non-Americans can donate. A lot of people from the UK, like David Holden, donates. Nice donation, Terry. Thank you, David. David is the major benefactor of this channel. He's going to be rewarded in heaven. Your amount and message will be public. Oh, guess what? I just clicked on $2 for myself. What do I do about this? Oh my God! I just contributed $2 to myself. Ah! Okay, we're out. Anyway, nice donation, Terry. Yeah, thank you so much. No, you can donate from any place. And by the way, Terry, I'm just going to write my email address. I think we've communicated by email, if not, gmail.com. So look, as we enter our last 6 minutes, I want to say that depression is a treatable condition. It is a disease when it gets bad. It is not your fault. It is not your mother's fault. It's something that happens like cancer, like heart disease, like asthma. People are stigmatized because people will say, snap out of it, there's nothing wrong with you, but there is something wrong. It's in the brain circuitry that's all messed up, but you can't always see it. That's the problem. It's invisible, so people don't take depression, mental illness seriously, but it's very serious. You know, every 12 seconds, every 12 minutes, someone in America dies by suicide. That's 5 times an hour. That's unacceptable. And every 40 seconds, somebody in the world dies by suicide. And depression, mental illness occur in about 90% of all suicides. So this is a serious deal. We have to take it seriously. We have to reach out for support. We have to let go of the stigma. As James Brown used to say it loud, I'm depressed and I'm proud. And we need to join together in community like these live chats because we cannot heal in isolation. You're Terry62. I know. What's your real name? Haven't we conversed in live chat? And thank you. Do you have any of my books at all? I mean, are you just getting the benefit from this channel, or are you just like a major philanthropist? That would be wonderful. Yeah, take care of you, Muselix. It's been really enjoying having your comments. I think you sent you an email about Joe Rogan number 1077 podcast about depression is great. This guy actually didn't think the broken brain chemical balance is not that true. Well, you know, Joe Rogan's has a very popular podcast, number 1077. How do I find it, J Vink? Again, Terry 60W, thank you very much. You're an angel. Really appreciate your help. Well, I have 11% on my computer and 3 minutes left on the live chat. Anybody have any final questions? Again, look out for the ketamine video on January 21st, 2019, and also check out January 7th, my movie, my video. I think it was on depression and pain, Hell on Wheels. No, I think it's yeah, that's right. The last video was called How to Get Free of OCD. Very important depression, very important video about a 4-step process for healing obsessive compulsive disorder from somebody named Jeffrey Schwartz. He wrote a book called Brain Lock. Terry, yeah, where do you live, Terry? You're more than welcome. Thank you for your help. Depression is not looked on as a mental illness in Eastern countries, but rather as a demon possession. Well, they are in the Dark Ages. The guy is called Joe and Harry. I've read his book. And what were you referring to? Which guy? Oh, I see. He was on Joe Rogan. Yes, I've heard Joanne and I've read his book. Absolutely. I have his book. Yeah, he believes that depression is caused a lot by society. And he's absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Anyway, thank you, Terry919W. I really appreciate your help. Now, what was I going to type here? I'm not quite sure what I was going to type. But one thing I'll do is I'll type you my Patreon account. I know some of you, like David, are loyal monthly subscribers. www.patreon.com/Douglas Block. You can go there to becoming a sustaining member of this channel. I hope you do. I know Peyton Rose is going to donate next week, but you can go directly there. And also, if you ever wanted to make a random donation, where I get actually to keep the money, here I split it with Google, and that's fine because they're offering me a service. PayPal, if you find a PayPal account, you can send me money at douglasblock@gmail.com. Thank you for Roxana, thank you for Terry, and thank you for David for your generous donations today. And I really appreciate it. Anybody can make a last-minute donation if they want to. But Terry, Roxana, and David, and also Santana Beretta, I almost overlooked you. Thank you very much. Very appreciative. Yeah. Glad you're all able to join us today. Let's read some of the final comments on here. Now I get your Christian friends got you out of major depression by prayer, and healing chance community is very strong and needed. Absolutely. Yes, very. Good night for all the lonely people here. Thank you, Ahmed Nasser. You're a sweetheart. Luis Corrales, lazy eye, the Rick Simpson oil is CBD from hemp. It can certainly help with nerve pain. Applied externally and taken internally. Adequate B vitamins and capsicums cream can also help. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Bito Muhammad at J-Mink, who are on it. Amish, I'm not quite sure. Ben Malcolm, hey! You'll have to watch it later. Thank you, Ben. I just sent you a book, didn't I, or a chart? Yeah, you contributed last week. Hey, you got, well, it's 101. You got -1 minutes to donate this time if you want to. It's Peyton Rose, take care, everyone. Love to you all. Remember, this too shall pass. Thank you, Peyton Rose. That's a beautiful thing to remind people of. Lee Huckerby says, thank you for your inspiration. First time going through this and it's rough. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Jay Banks says he found out that Amish people have the least cases of depression in their communities because their sense of community is so strong. Absolutely correct, Jay Banks. I know the Amish people have a really tight community. Absolutely true. You just signed up for a Patreon $5. Do you have a point box? I send money. Do you mean P.O. box? Or do you mean like Virtuous Woman? Do you mean like a PayPal account? You can send that. You can, if you email me, I'll send you my mailing address. You can send a check there if you want to. Ben Malcolm, $9.99. Wow, right in under the wire. Nice work. Thank you so much. It's worth staying on for another 35 seconds. Thank you so much, my friend. You're really a generous soul. And all the people who suffer from mental health disorders who are watching appreciate it. Well, Ben, says Andrea M. Good week to all. Booby Apothecary, Little Lily 4, thank you. Take care. I hadn't heard you before. I'm glad you've been watching. Not everybody watches. We have 65 people watching. I know that not everybody participates, but it's good just to listen to what your brothers and sisters have to say with these mental health conditions. A virtuous woman, yeah, definitely send me an email. Again, for those of you who don't know my email, douglasblock@gmail.com. Anybody who contributed today gets a free copy of my chart. And if you contributed $5 or more, you get a free copy of my ebook. But please email me. I have so much mail coming in. I really have to be reminded. And Amhad Nasser said, this is my fight song, and he gives a heart. What a wonderful thing to think. Take care, everybody, says Masood. I can't even pronounce your last name. And Misanthropic One, hey, Doug, antidepressant has been socialized for 9 years. Wow. Yes, go find a counselor first, and one at a time expose yourself to people. You remember what Ruth Gordon said in one of the greatest films of all time, which I'm forgetting about, she fell in love with this 18-year-old? Come on. Man, oh man, she said, I love people, they're my species. Who was that? Hey, Joan? What was that cult film about the 18-year-old who fell in love with the 75-year-old? Hal Ashby was the director. Oh, why is it slipping my mind? Someone tell me. There was a cult film in the 70s about this guy who was 18, who was suicidal, and this 75-year-old named Ruth Gordon gave him his life back. Oh, come on. Someone has to tell me. I can't hang up until I find out. Now I can't find my friggin' iPhone. Ah! Oh, here is my iPhone. Okay. That's okay. Harold and Maude. Lazy Eye Ranch, you did it. Thank you so much. Now I can go home. I am home, but now I can go lie down. Have you seen it at Lazy Eye Ranch? Anybody who's not seen Harold and Maude, I recommend it. In the meantime, you all have a great week. We'll be back here a week from today on the 20th. Martin Luther King's birthday is coming up on the 15th. He was a great humanitarian, tremendous human being, a spiritual master. In America, we don't even celebrate his birthday on his real birthday, but it was January 15th. On 1929, so think about him on January 15th. You do love that movie. It's an amazing movie. Never be another one like it. And again, have a healthy week, everybody, as Virtuous Woman has to say. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you so much.